Hello, hello, hello. Are we live? We are live. How's everybody doing today? Let me see if I can pull up another window here so I can see your chat. Let me know how you guys, if you guys can hear us as you guys are joining. I'm just if you can hear us, say hello in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, write replay in the comments so I can know you grabbed the replay if you weren't able to make it. I'm so excited. I love doing these group lives where I'm able to bring on a guest and hear their story. And so today we have with us the amazing, the wonderful,
wow.
the amazing and the wonderful Alexia. She's one of our clients in OCI, and I asked her to come on and share her story and unpack all of that for you so that you can get to know some of the students that go through OCI, hear, straight from their heart where they were before OCI, who they help, what their passion is, why they're here on this earth, creating amazing things and serving the world with an amazing service. So I'm really excited to bring you Alexia and her story today. And she's going to give you some gold nuggets of wisdom just from the things that she's learned, even in this past few months of growing her business. So say hey in the comments if you can hear us. Let us know we're all good. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, good to hear you guys are joining us and we're able to be heard. I love it. If you are brand new to this group and this community here, my name is 𝗒𝗈𝗆. I am a nutritionist and health coach myself, and I've personally built out my own health coaching practice to multiple six figures online. And now we are doing over 100K in revenue a month, all online, doing the same things that we teach our clients to do. And I get to work with amazing coaches like Alexia and watch her business grow and really explode in just a few months of really dedicated work. So this is what we teach in OCI. The stuff that she's talking about today is a behind the scenes look, growing your coaching practice online, finding those committed clients, charging what you are worth, and really making an impact in your clients' lives. So everybody, as you're joining, give a welcome, say welcome to Alexia. Thank her for sharing with us today and being so gracious as to give us her time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. So Alexia, share with us a little bit from the start, your story, how you decided to become a health coach, and, what was your background before you even decided to become a health coach?
Okay. Starting far back. So I've always been into fitness, into exercising and eating, not necessarily healthy foods, but I've always been into cooking and eating. And I was passionate about the human mind. So basically I started my studies doing neuroscience and psychology because I thought it was fascinating, like what we could do, but quickly realized I don't want to work in research. I don't want to be behind the scenes and focus on one little topic. I really want to help people one by one, but also didn't want to become a psychologist because I'm not, and I don't want to be. And then I did a master's in nutrition and became a nutritionist. And then again, I loved the science, loved everything that we did, but I couldn't see myself working in a hospital doing, feeding people who after surgery or anything like that. So that was not for me either. And I'm also a personal trainer and yoga teacher and a Pilates instructor. And I just I was craving to put everything together because everywhere I worked before, I could only show such a small part of what I do. And I wasn't paid what I earned or what I was worth. So I wanted to have one package where I could do everything. And the closest I got before doing my own business was working at Equinox as a PT because I could do many things, but I was paid horribly and I was working 14-hour days. So
wow. When you say you were paid horribly, tell us, what were you getting paid at Equinox for those 14-hour days?
Oh, wow. It's horrible. I was getting paid, I think it was $18 a paid session per client, but you don't get the paid client you have to seek out for them yourself. So it's a bit like health coaching, but you're getting paid $20 an hour. And then once you reach a certain amount of hours a month, then you get paid more. But having one paid session takes approximately 5 hours of work because you're doing emails, reaching out, doing all of that. So it was so much work and I couldn't even pay rent. So no.
Wow. How many of you guys can relate to that? As maybe you're not working at Equinox or you're working somewhere similar, or you're not working at a gym, but you're working somewhere else and it's like 14-hour days and you're underpaid. Or you've had months, maybe it's not consistent, but you've had months where you're not even able to pay the rent, right? And you had all of this knowledge. I mean, you had the training, you had all of the knowledge in your head to help people. It wasn't like you didn't know how to help somebody. It was just you didn't know how to get the clients outside of, you know, $18 an hour at an Equinox, where you still had to go hunt for the clients. They didn't even give you the clients then. 14-hour days. Yeah. So when did you start having this idea hit you where you knew there was a better way and you wanted to put together, you know, be a coach and put together a package where people were coming to you directly?
Well, I think it was pretty early on that I thought I wanted to be the brain behind it. I don't want to actually do the training sessions. I don't want to actually cook food for people, but I want to be the brain behind it. And that was pretty early on, but I just had no idea how to get there, how to do it. And then a year ago, in October 2019, I decided, like, I want to become a coach. Like, I know I can do it. I just don't know how. So I started creating a website, then creating business cards, then creating an Instagram, then creating a Facebook, then having a podcast, then spending hours and hours researching new topics to have new ideas and new content for Instagram and Facebook and all of that. So, well, I was still working at Equinox at that time because I had to pay rent. And then COVID hit and I had to move back home, which was actually a blessing because basically I lost my job, but in a good way because I could focus 100% on this. And then I was so motivated, I guess, and I was so ready to actually do something. And so I created a course because coaching, I told myself, like, it's going to take too many hours for myself, but no one's going to pay. So I cannot keep doing this. I cannot keep just working so many hours and not getting paid. So I'm going to create a course, which once I have done it, I can just sell it and then it's fine. So I spend money on a marketing program to be able to sell a course. I did all of that. I learned so much, but I worked for like 5 months and I had one client and I sold it for $200. Like, that was just the worst
200.
day.
So you spent months putting together the course.
Yeah.
This hope of, right, because I hear this from coaches all the time where, you know, that's the vision is we're going to have this course and I'm just going to make it perfect. I'm going to spend months. I'm going to even pay someone to help me put this course together and sell it. And then at the end of the day, we hit launch and it's like, sometimes we don't even get anybody. You got one person at least for $200.
For $200. And I mean, from everything I read, I told myself I'm going to open the period where people can buy for 1 week. So I had like emails that were ahead for like 2 weeks before. I prepared my Facebook, I prepared my Instagram, everything to launch. And then the period was open for 1 week. So that week was very stressful. But then the moment I closed the launch and I was like, okay, I'm going to run the course, I had one client. And that's the day I called you because I was like, I cannot do this anymore.
Yes.
It was the turning point.
And to your credit, you weren't just sitting around on your hands, just waiting for your business to hit you. I mean, how many of you can relate to the things she's tried? I pretty much did all of them myself when I first started. The website, I started with Squarespace, trying to figure that out, trying to grow on social media and posting all of the time and trying to get all this content together and the pictures and the posting and trying to really be inspirational and inspire people that maybe they'll want to work with me if they find me inspirational enough. And just trying to get everything all lined up, putting the program together, figuring out what it's going to look like so I can sell it. And, 6 months later, you're burnt out, you're sick of it, you can't keep going like this, you can't pay the rent, and you've put in all this work. It's like, where are the clients?
Yep.
How many of you can relate to that, to eat one of those things she's tried? Because I find that super relatable, and it's good to know that you're not just out there with these ideas. These are really common ideas and things that people are told to do. There's people actually out there selling this stuff, selling you a website that they'll build you, selling you the programs that they're going to put together, and then having it sell for $200 after you spent 5 months on it. So you're not out there with these ideas. It's just a lot of information. And if you haven't built a business before, it can be hard to decipher, what should I start doing? What action should I take first to start getting that momentum in my business? Right? So talk to us about after you called me. So here we are in your journey. You signed your first course for $200. That was the day you picked up the phone and called me. What happened next?
I didn't sleep that night because from what we talked about on the call, I was daydreaming basically about my life, what could happen and how it could look like and how amazing that would be. So I didn't sleep. But I wrote down why I did it because you told me to on the phone. And the day after, basically I was so excited to just get started, to learn everything. And to be completely honest, at the very beginning of the program, I thought, well, she's going to help me the method and we're going to figure it out. But then when Natalie told me the first 3 weeks of organic marketing, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I've gotten all of my clients through organic marketing so far. So those 3 weeks have been the toughest probably, even though before that I was struggling. But mentally, these were the toughest because I had to overcome all of my limiting beliefs. Mm-hmm. I had to coach myself through so many things. But I had my first client within 2 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks. And then from there, I had like 7 within the first 3 weeks. Took a little break, got married, had a puppy, and now I have 3 more clients this week. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. And so, for everybody who's listening who doesn't, if marketing's not your first language, which for a lot of us it isn't, what she's talking about is that period of being a beginning in your business, when you're putting together your business and you're putting your idea out to market, who you want to help, what offer you want to put into the world. There's a period at the beginning of your business where we validate that. We put together the perfect message and the perfect packaging in a way that's really going to speak to your perfect, most ideal person so that we can scale it. And that beginning stage of putting together that packaging, that's where all the magic happens. And like you said, all of the growth too, right? Because it forces you to get real with yourself and challenge yourself and get outside your comfort zone. That's where all of the magic happens. So I'm so glad you shared that. Yeah. So talk to us about how you feel now. Well, first of all, tell us where you're at. How much are clients investing to work with you now?
So I had 2 clients on Tuesday that I signed, and I both signed them at 1,800, but I told myself now I'm going up. So my goal is to sell at 2,100 because I don't like saying 2K. I'm just going to say 2,100, and that's why.
That's awesome. Yeah, and again, this is coming from $200. Selling your first program at $200 to now $1,800 to work with you. And, the next investment, your program's worth $5K or more, right? Because what you're doing is changing lives. We're not talking about helping someone go on a challenge to make a change in their life for the next 90 days. We're talking about the rest of their life. We're talking about the next 20, 30, 40 years of their life being on a different trajectory than it's currently going on right now. And sparing them the direction that they're going on right now. And I just say 5K, but really there is no way to put a price tag on that. And so I'm so happy to see that as you've grown in your business, as your business has grown, so has your own confidence in your value, in the worth of the work that you do, which is amazing. And talk to us now about, so you're past the validation stage. I know you just got off of ads office hours with Neil. You're past the validation stage. You've, made your investment back and way more in OCI, and now you have your systems in place to consistently and predictably bring you those clients that we've validated with your packaging. Talk to us about that system, about your funnels and how those are going now.
But slowly but surely, but even my organic marketing, how I get my clients right now, is working so well that I can choose when to use it. Like, for example, when 2 weeks ago, I basically took 2 weeks pretty much off. I was still working with the clients that I have, but I didn't go out there looking for new clients because I didn't have the time. And the moment I got back into it, it took me 4 days and I had a new client. So it's like, now I feel like I can go on holiday and know that when I come back, I can make money again. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's amazing. Yeah. And in terms of your organic marketing, right? Talk to us about what pond you're fishing from. Like, where are you? I know we are growing your group, right? Talk to us about that. How is that? Is that where you're getting your leads from now, or?
I've had probably four or five from Facebook and 4 or 5 from Instagram. So
that's amazing.
The Instagram, the easiest thing I've seen is like doing stories and then reaching out to those people and doing exactly what I've learned in OCI, but instead of posting, it's just asking one question in a story, seeing who replies, and reaching out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
it feels so easy.
It feels so easy once you understand what your message actually is, like what you should actually be saying. Because I fell into this trap in the beginning as well. When I was first starting out, I thought I was giving so much value, and I thought I was just posting so much, and that I didn't understand why it wasn't resonating with people, why the clients weren't showing up. But until I understood how to put together that copywriting piece, I couldn't understand why people weren't reaching out from that message, right? It's like, well, how, I'm giving them all these tips and I'm giving away all this inspiration. Where are the clients? So do you feel like that's something that you've learned along the way, is how to put together good copy? Where do you feel like your copywriting was at before OCI?
Trying all of the things that you read online is like, I mean, how many lead magnets from other marketing people have I taken, which say like, copy that converts or whatever, get 30 free copies that you can use. And well, I tried because I have no idea. So I had so many different viewpoints, so many different ideas, and then trying to do it, but having no way of actually knowing if it worked or if it didn't. Before OCI, I have not once had someone ask me about my coaching, even though that in my bio I said I'm coaching. So not one message. And then now I get a few, but I don't need to get the messages. I reach out.
What do you feel like was the difference between people weren't reaching out to you and them actually reaching out to you? What do you think changed?
Well, learning how to write copy and that actually converts. So not trying so many different things, but using one method. And I use the same method every single day. And I mean, now I don't think about writing copy. It takes me 10 minutes. I sit down on my desk and I have my post. And I don't even worry about doing it 7 days a week. I do it 5 times or whenever I'm in the mood, and it works.
Yeah. So you shared earlier, right, when you first came in, it was super uncomfortable, it was challenging. You kind of came in like, oh no, this is all the stuff that doesn't work, right? Because again, you've been trying for 6 months on your own, trying all the things. I can't do this. This is all stuff that doesn't work. How long did it take you inside OCI to realize, wow, this is so different than what I've been told in the past to do with marketing?
Took me like 2 days, maybe 1 day, until I saw the first module and second module. I was like, okay, it's different. I'm going to try it, see if it actually works, but it works. So that's when I realized, well, it's pretty easy now. I don't know. It's like, but the biggest thing I feel like from everything that I've learned is having an offer that people cannot say no to, and also now feeling so confident that today I had someone reach out to me, one of my clients that I signed on Tuesday. She reached out to me saying, I feel like I have buyer's remorse. Like, I don't want to do this. Can you refund me, or can I just get out of this? And then I said, I totally hear you. If you want to get out of this, you can. But let me call you this afternoon and we'll talk over it. And if you still want to do it, then of course. And now she's 100% on board. And me being able to say that, and even though money is an issue for her, so that she really needed to be not convinced, but really she needed to be reassured that she was investing in the right place. Mm-hmm. 3 months ago, I would have been like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Just take your money back. But now I talk confidently, and I knew my value. I knew what I could bring, and she saw it, and then she stayed, and now she paid the full in one go.
Paid in full. Awesome. 1,800 paid in full. I love that. And honestly, that is a really common question from coaches, is like, what do I do if my client wants to quit? Or what do I do if my client's disappearing on me? This is stuff we talk about in OCI all the time. Is how do we coach our clients when, as humans, we all have human brains. Clients, it's normal. Clients will get discouraged. Clients will want to quit. That's why for OCI, it's like, well, if nobody's ever shown you what to do and you've never been through that before, how would you know what to do if a client said that to you? So that makes me so happy to hear that even when that happens, it's like, you have the confidence now in yourself as a coach from the growth, and you've just blossomed inside OCI as your confidence as a coach, that even if a client comes to you and is like, oh, no, I for sure can't do this. I've changed my mind. I'm not worth it. Whatever their limiting belief is, you don't jump in the pool with them. You stay in your coach frame and walk them through it back into the belief they can do this. And now she's paid you in full, and she's back in rocking and rolling. So I love that. And so now that you have your cash flow built up, I mean, we're talking over $15,000 you made just in the validation stages of your business. Yep. Now you're at this spot where it's so much easier to scale your business using Facebook and Instagram ads, so that you can start doubling and tripling and growing the amount of clients you're working with by leveraging your time through those ads. And I know you're just in the beginning stages of doing that, getting that going, doing that testing. I think the last update I got from you this week on your lead magnet, it was like 50 cents for someone to opt in. That is insane, industry-wide. So I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit at how well your lead magnet's doing, just even in like starting out with it, 50 cents to get an opt-in. And so when you tell people you're getting clients from, Facebook and Instagram, those clients are coming from that lead magnet for 50 cents as well.
Yeah.
Right? That's why, partly why they're reaching out to you, is because they're the right people who are seeing your message. And now that you know how to package your message and put your message together and put it out there to the world, you're putting it in front of those right eyeballs as they're coming through for 50 cents on your lead magnet. That is amazing. So give yourself credit. And the reason why it's not a fluke, you didn't get lucky, the reason why your lead magnet's doing so well is because you put in the work and you learned the copy and you learned the messaging. And that's what's converting. That 50 cents isn't a fluke. You're not just, it wasn't just a mistake. So, because I know that's a lot of anxiety for people, especially when we talk about advertising. They get nervous about, I have to spend money now. But, this is real. It's, hey, you can get people for 50 cents, but now that you have confidence in your offer, confidence to sell your offer for over 2K, you never have to worry about, if you're spending money on ads, where it's going to come from, because you always know where to get a client.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm already thinking about how to make it into more group coaching so I can have more clients and work less. So it's amazing.
Yes, yes. And that's something that we just talked about last week in the group. We talked about pivoting to from one-on-ones to group, and you're like right there at that stage, especially with 10 clients. That's a really good time for you to start considering scaling. Yeah. But how do you feel like your clients' experience is, how do you feel like your clients are enjoying this experience, and how has their results changed now that they're investing in themselves? Instead of the $200 for a program, they're actually investing $1,800 for a coach and investing in themselves, really. How do you feel like that impacts the difference? Like if you were to compare $200 for the program versus a client who's invested in $1,800.
They're 100% in because they want to show themselves that it was worth it. And that's what I found with OCI too. Like, it's an investment, but I liked the investment because it challenged me to get there. And it's the same with them. And to be honest, I get emotional when I talk about my clients now, because the results that I've seen and the mental shifts that they have gone through and how that their life has completely changed is, yeah, it's so impactful and emotional. And I knew I was able to do it, but I had never been given a chance to do it. So yeah, it's amazing. One of my clients, now I'm at week 6 with her, and I told her that from now on, it's not going to be a weekly call. It's going to be a call if she needs it, but not keep going regularly, so that we're slowly transitioning her into being independent and being it to herself. And she started crying, not because she didn't know how to do it herself, but because she didn't want to stop. She wanted to continue. So like, yeah, I feel so accomplished and how do you say it? Like, I feel just grateful to be able to do what I do and really impact lives now. So yeah, it's amazing.
That's amazing. And that's why we are in the field we are in, right? That's why we became coaches and why we wound up on this path, because our passion, what lights us up and what fulfills us and gets us emotional, is that feedback from those clients. It is seeing the clients who find so much value in our work that they never want to leave us. Our clients who get so much value from speaking with us and coaching with us and changing their own lives through that work. And so that opportunity, if you had never offered those clients to work with you for $1,800, right? You're robbing them of that opportunity to have that experience with you, to invest in themselves on that level, right? Mm-hmm. It's a totally different ballgame when they're invested and they're all in versus when they're paying $200 and they don't have anybody to talk to, or it's very limited and, you know, they don't feel supported.
I even have a fun story, because the one person who bought the course back in August, she messaged me because she had one question. I got her on a call and she paid the full price. She's one of my clients now.
That's awesome. See, and she saw the value. Yeah. She didn't say, well, hey, I thought it was going to be 200. Can I just get the 200? She said, it's okay, 1,800, I'm all in. And that is the magic that happens when you understand how to package your services, like put together that message that compels the right people who are looking to invest. Those are the clients we want to help, the ones who are ready and willing and wanting help. And I know for me, the same way in the beginning, when I was trying so hard and trying to figure out how to find people and just posting all the time, and I didn't understand that piece, putting that package together, I wasn't resonating with the people who were ready to invest. I wasn't resonating with the committed ones, which were the ones I wanted to work with so badly. So I know for you, that's been a huge game changer. Yeah. And for you, like you said, it's way more than just making money. Like, making $15,000 in your first few months in business, open for business, taking clients, it's amazing, right? I think we would all agree with that, but you're here to make an impact, you know?
Yep.
That's why you wanted to invest in yourself, so that you could really start helping those people, right?
I wasn't able to help them in any, if I was working for a company, I would not be able to do the same that I do now. And also being able to work 4-hour days, like, it's pretty cool, working from home in PJs.
4-hour work day, half day work day, compared to 14 hours.
Yeah.
What you were doing before for $18 an hour. And now your clients pay you 100 times that.
Yeah.
Do you realize that? Do you realize how far you've come? I mean, it almost sounds silly to think about where you were at before. I'm so proud of you.
The one mental thing I'm still struggling with is like, how is this possible? How is it possible to work 4-hour days and get paid more than I've ever gotten paid?
You're like pinching yourself.
Yeah.
Is this real?
Yeah.
People really paying $1,800 for a coach? Is this happening? Is this real? And that's why I love sharing these stories. That's why I'm so happy that you came on to share this with everyone, because there's somebody right now listening who is where you were at before you called me. Mm-hmm. Where you were at trying to figure out what their program should look like, trying to figure out how to get all of these things together, all of the pieces of the puzzle that don't feel connected right now. And I remember what that felt like. I remember crying because I couldn't figure out how to make a Squarespace website because I'm just not good with technology. And so I know that what that feels like. I'm sure you can relate to where they're at right now. What would you say to someone who's kind of in the shoes that you were in before you got started? Maybe they're thinking they need to try all of those other things, getting websites, hoping for referrals from people, trying to get clients by just posting 5 times a day to social media, or feeling like they need to finish all of the modules of their program before they can even help their first client. What would you say to someone who has all of those beliefs and maybe doesn't even think they can charge more than $200?
Well, that they definitely can, and that if they want clients to invest in themselves to work with them, they should start by investing in themselves, like on their own, because I wouldn't expect someone to pay $1,800 if I was not able to do that for myself. So investing in myself was the biggest change and the biggest turning point. But I also have to be honest, and I feel like I had to go through the struggles to be ready. So it was perfect timing. It was at my lowest, and yeah, now at my not highest yet. I'm just rising.
Just the beginning for you. You're just getting validated. This is like, sky is the limit for you. I can't wait to bring you back on when you're making $30K per month and hear how far you've come and have you look back on this interview and remember where you're at this stage, because this is all about growth. This is all a journey. And so I know there are people listening who are getting encouraged by this. I hope there are people out there who realize there's hope for them, and that even if they feel like they're not ready and they're just getting started and they're feel like too beginner, if you know you can help someone, if you know how to help somebody, if somebody came to you today and asked you for help, and you know, I would know how to help them today. I would know what to tell them to do first. You can start getting clients. Don't tell yourself the lie that you need to keep preparing and be on some level that's not even achievable without having clients. Start helping the clients who need you now. So, guys, this is a repeatable process. I know I say this all of the time. There is nothing special about us. We're not lucky. It's not a fluke. It's not like we haven't had our failures. I mean, how long did you try before coming to OCI specifically? How long were you trying to get clients?
1 year.
A full year. So we're not lucky, and we're not just, it doesn't just come easy to us. We had to be shown. We had to have someone show us how to do it right. And sometimes it's, hey, I want someone to show me how to do it right the first time. I don't want to wait a year. And for others of us, like, that's just how it was meant to happen. And you were meant to find me when you found me. And there was a reason why it happened that way for you. And just know that if you feel like you're different, or you feel like you're not as capable as us, or if you're not as articulate, or whatever your brain is offering up to you as a story, just know that that story is optional. And if you are called to be a coach, and you are called to help people, and even if you don't have all of the pieces, or even any of the pieces of the puzzle put together for your coaching program or your business, if you know that you are meant to help people, and you know how to help someone today, you can start. You can start helping people now. That is available to you. Because I remember thinking that in the beginning, when I didn't know how to do any of this. I remember thinking all of the coaches who are having success, they were different. What are they doing? They have some secret. What's their secret? And there is no secret. You just haven't had anyone show you the blueprint. You haven't had anyone show you how to put it together, and what to focus on first, and what to stay out of, so that you don't go into overwhelm, right? So if that's you, just understand you are capable, and the world needs you now. People out there right now are looking for you. So my question for you, those of you listening to this now, those of you listening to this later, if you want us to help you get clients, right? Set up a process that's repeatable, so you never have to wonder, if you take 2 weeks off of your business, you never have to wonder how to go and get another client. And you want that system, that process in place inside your business. Even if you don't think you have a business yet, if you want to have one, let us know. Go into the comments and type GROW, GROW. Go into the comments and type GROW, and someone from my team, either myself later or someone from my team, one of our business specialists, will reach out to you and send you a message and just chat more with you and find out more about who you are, who you're here to help, what you're trying to do, and see where you're at, see what missing pieces are there for you that you can plug into and start going from, you know, maybe if you're like Alexia, a year of trying to get clients and not getting any clients, to starting to enroll clients consistently and predictably, and having over 15K in the bank, which is awesome. I love hearing that. This is what we do at OCI. We live, sleep, breathe, everything client generation. This is a client getting coaching program. So if you're ready to start helping people, you know, go into the comments, type GROW, let us help you, let us talk to you and find out more about where you're at. See if this is something that is right for you right now. If you are ready to help people, and you just know that you have some fear, you know that it's just getting out of your own way and getting over that fear, and you just want to talk to someone about it, that's what we're here for. Let us talk to you. We're really nice. We won't be mean to you, I promise. We know where you're at. We've all been there in the beginning of feeling too beginner to even ask for help sometimes, because we think maybe we're not ready. Not everybody else who's signing up is probably ahead of us, but we all start somewhere. So if you want us to help you with where you are at specifically, and put together a custom game plan for you around your business, the coaching that you want to offer out to the world, right? If you want to be the next person on this live sharing your story about your business growth, go into the comments, type GROW. If you're watching this on the replay, type GROW. We will still reach out to you either today or tomorrow. Get to know you, ask you some questions, and see if OCI is a good fit for you right now. Even if it's not, we will give you direction on what you should be doing, where you should be going. Alrighty? Thank you, Alexia, for joining us today. Thank you so much for sharing your story. This means the world to me to have someone like you, who is just such a bright soul, to help your clients, offer your work into the world, and be so willing to come on here and share with other coaches who are also offering their gifts out to the world. Share with them the hope that from your story, that it's doable for them as well. I really, really, really appreciate you being here with me today.
Thank you.
Everybody say thank you to Alexia in the comments as you're watching this. I can't wait to bring you back on here when you're at 30K, 40K, and see all the growth that you've had. All right. Thank you so, so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.